ban là khổ ban lư ghế là khổ của Phan
Hello, hello.
là khổ lư là khổ Phan lư em Phan hello
Chào mừng em dậy báo bài lừa. Này đọc một hỏi.
Today I early. Hello.
hello ông Phan lư ghế bông ông Phan
Hello về
lư ghế bông lư ghế
hello.
Lư ghế bà.
lư anh đang Phan
Hello. Hello.
Lư ghế cô.
Hello.
lư ghế bông Phan lư ghế
Hello.
hello ông Phan
Lứa đủ.
là khổ lư ghế
Problem with the sounding here.
lư ghế bông lư ghế
Hello. Hello. Trong cái thầy của thầy Phật đã chọn mình hoàn toàn. Không được chào không thấy mình đây. Hợp lý. Không phải ai thì bạn người mà được tôi đã không có sao
Con ta đá ông ta đá lên đấy con
lư là cụ ta khơi fly nghe họ
con ta đá lên con
lư là cụ lư ơi
nó thuộc đến lư ấy luôn
việc số là cũ của công trình việc số ông đã
ba chỉ biết số mà
tiền xu
bà còn không lư con đã
việc số là không
bài mình nhớ bài bài cùng sau bài cho hai người kho đây mình làm
tin tại bạc lại bất tỉnh này
bài slide
Me particularly, I think that the last person. He has to review. You can review also, review everything. You can also get one copy from the original. He has to change the review, also the main chapter. And also. Okay, thank you. Okay, so sorry. What we're reading is Okay, I think very good afternoon to all of you, and Dr. Dasu is a little bit busy, so he has some. Will matter, and he will give the comments later. So you. You can start your presentation.
okay bye bye so good afternoon Dr. Kennedy Kia Hong Dr. Berat Dr. Divot Dr. Yen Thi Dr. Trương Tấn Lích Dr. Malcolm Sun Dr. Ramra. So today to evaluate my research, the topic of the research examining the impact on human resource management practice on organizational performance. So my name is the case study of Royal Bank. Yeah, my name is Phan. Yeah, I'm working a doctorate degree in business management. On the research, so I'm confident that in the result and recommendation. So now I would like to have your permission in order to present this the session. Yeah. So as you can see here is the topics of my research and the case study of the Royal Bank in Cambodia. Right now it is changed to J Trust because J Trust bought the share of the ANZ. Yeah. So in the content we actually have first chapter introduction, second chapter is the review of literature, third chapter research methodology, fourth chapter human resource management in Cambodia context, and chapter 5 data analysis discussion finding. Chapter 6 there will be the conclusion and recommendation. Because of these slides, a lot of slide 166, yeah, so that I cannot go through the entire slide, just take the important point to present here, and you can ask after the finish of the presentation. So in chapter 1, introduction, in the background of the study, because you can see that in order to advance Cambodia to the high income country in 2030, then the human resource, the government is trying to focus on the human resource management because the government also believe that when they have capital, so that they can encourage the public or private sector to build the human resource, then they can develop the country fast with the skill they have. Yeah, so that they can enhance the knowledge, the capacity, and other experience, so that they can use all the knowledge to develop the country. So this is the statement of the problem. So the impact of the human resource management policy and practice on the organizational commitment and job satisfaction is also a critical topic in the field of human resource management industry in relation to organizational psychology based on the whole series in 1995 and Monkis in and Wagi 2005 and he South Korea 2006. Yeah. So we can see the cycle practice also promote the high levels of performance can apply to all aspects of human resource management, such as employee performance of job appraisal, which are important 5 elements for human resource management practice here. So in Cambodia context, we can see that human resource practice also have the gap in terms of the implementation in order to have the competitive advantage for the commercial bank. And human resource practice enable and attitude of the employee at work. Then they also make employee have high responsibility, high accountability, and strong commitment in order to produce a good result for the company. And human resource management also enhance the high performance for organization, and the practice will help the employee to build their capacity. Yeah, then we can see that the practice of human resource management also play as a comprehensive employee recruitment selection procedure, incentive compensation, and high training development and management system and best employee retention as the effective and collective owned by organization. So all of organization are doing this because they actually want to have the good results of the reputation of the company as well. So because of the human resource, we can indicate that the practice skill and abilities of the commercial bank. Currently, potential employee also increase the motivation, reduce the seeking and enhance retention of quality employees while encouraging non-profit bank and the bank also have the high performance culture as well. Then they actually do this so that the high performer can stay at the bank, and the low performer that they can force themselves to leave from the bank. Ultimately, human resource management also enhance commercial bank competitiveness and will also enable them to compete successfully and retain the market share in Cambodia as well. In this statement, in the statement of the problem, we can see that in Cambodia context, commercial bank, particularly in this case, we are talking about the Royal Bank. Yeah, now it's known as the JTRA. Then they also focus on the implementation of the 5 practice. Yeah, that is the key element such as recruitment, selection, compensation, training, development, performance appraisal, and also staff retention. And the practice also affect both employee performance and the organization performance itself for the long run. Then I also would like to show you about the background a little bit of the ANZ Royal Bank. But ANZ Royal Bank in Cambodia issue that devastating the impacts on performance, productivity, and competitiveness for the long run, and also include the performance appraisal for the staff from the low level to the senior level as well. Recruitment selection also have the gap. And in the Royal Bank, selection interview have and routinely impact final selection, whereby some unqualified candidates did not fit into the job responsibility. Yeah. And candidate did not have the right qualification for vacant position, particularly in the sales sector. As a result, the bank also faced with the demoted employee and end up with the results of they cannot achieve the target, so that the result of capacity and the productivity is low sometimes. Yeah. And we replacement, yeah. In the backfield of staff replacement, we also took some time to have it. For example, if one staff resigned already, it took about 1 month or 2 months to replace. That is also the case. So this exists the issue regarding to training development. The bank has uncompetitive compensation package. The bank also lack necessary attitude toward the talent employee retention practice overuse details of the detail. So all this also impact on the customer satisfaction, because the employee who are the one to serve the customer, when they are not happy with the bank and deliver not good service to the customer. And the view of the about HR issue also confronting in the Royal Bank in the financial sector Cambodia. So the following research question aim to determine the solution to the shortcoming of HR. This is the research question. This study intended to provide the answer to the following research question as set out below. 1. How does the Royal Bank in Cambodia recruit and select potential employees who fit into the role of the culture of the organization? Yeah, because they want to put the right person at the right place. How did ANZ Bank compensation policy impacts its employee satisfaction and performance? Yeah, that is also the key thing to motivate the staff to generate the high productivity as well. The third one, what extent does the Royal Bank use in training to develop the program to improve employee competency and capacity? And the fourth one, what effects has the Royal Bank performance appraisal system on its employee performance? And the fifth one, which is the last one, how does the Royal Bank retention policy employees who are highly motivated, committed, talent, and high performance oriented affect the performance? So the objective of this study to answer the above research question, my main objective has been set for present as the following. Then the first one, we need to assess how a Royal Bank recruit and select the potential. Second one, we have to assess the impact of a Royal Bank in terms of the compensation policy on employee satisfaction and performance. Yet the third one, we also need to assess how ANZ use its training and development program to improve the employee capacity and competency. The fourth one, we need to assess how ANZ Bank performance and appraisal system to improve employee work performance, as it is the important factor to support the bank as well. The first one, to assess the extent Royal Bank retention policy employee effective, retain the motivated, committed, talents, and high performance employee. The last one, to find out the challenges of the Royal Bank in implementing the human resource management practice in Cambodia. So this is the hypothesis of the study. Yeah, you can see that this study sought to test signal research hypothesis. First, HR practice has positive impacts on employee job satisfaction. Second, HR practice have a positive impact on retention of employee. Third, HR practice have a positive impact on organizational performance. Four, employee job satisfaction has a positive impact on retention of employee. Fifth, employee job satisfaction also have positive impacts on organizational performance. And the last one, retention of employee also have positive impact on organizational performance. This one is the significance of the study. Yeah. In the significance of the study, we actually focus on 6 items here: recruitment and selection, compensation, training and development, performance appraisal, and also employee retention, because 3 of them are the main factor to support the growth of the company. So the scope and limitation of the study. So the first one, leadership among human resource management, employee satisfaction, retention of employee, organization performance by using data collection 2013 to 2017 only. Yeah, and then we also increase the sample size by more than 200 employees for 4 central business units, particularly in the Royal, and we will give you detail later on. And third, also the proposed sampling method was used to recruit set report questionnaire to use the collect data as a respondent. Yeah, we use it in order to make sure that our sample is correct. Yeah, we actually test on the one commercial bank. foreign commercial bank as well. For this study, consider the perception of employee of single private commercial bank, and research finding cannot be generalized for all organizations in the context of Cambodia because of the scope of the study. The layout of the study, we actually have 6 chapters. Is the introduction overview of the thesis. Chapter 2, literature review. Chapter 3, research methodology. Chapter 4, human resource management in Cambodian context. And chapter 5, data analysis and discussions of the findings. And chapter 6, conclusion and recommendation. So now come to part 2, literature review. Yeah, human resource practice refers to the system that cover the recruitment, selection, compensation, training and development, and also evaluate the performance of the employee and also staff retention. Yeah. The human resource management practice also capitalized as a source of internal consistent policy and practice designed to implement to ensure that the firm human capital continue to achieve the business objective. So 2.11 here, recruitment and selection. Yeah, recruitment and selection, recruitment activity, we are designed to affect the following. So number 1 is the number of people who apply, the type of people who apply for them, and the third one, likelihood that applying for vacancy to accept the position if offered. This one is the conceptual framework, human resource management. Here we have HR practice. Then we also include many points such as hiring practice, compensation and benefit, job security, participative management, training and development, opportunity for growth and motivation. This leads to satisfactory. And decide the retention strategy. We can see here, we got some element here, improving hiring practices, providing career development opportunity, positive culture, succession planning, also important element. And flexible time and benefit which give the employee more opportunity that they can work and balance between work-life balance between company family is also satisfactory, and together will become employee retention. Compensation. Compensation is one of the most important part in the human resource management as well. And according to the Raymond in 1994, from the employer point of view, the compensation is a powerful tool for furthering the organization's strategic goal. That means that when they are paid well, so they also feel motivated to work for a company, and then they can increase more productivity for the company as well. And employee resources, because organizations have to compete in the labor market. That's why they actually need to invest in the staff so that when they invest in the staff, they also invest in their company as well. So if they cannot build the capacity of the staff, then it's hard for them to keep the staff, also hard for them to grow the company because everything it keeps changing, so that they also need to have human capital to support the growth and sustainable of the organization. For employee job appraisal, employee job appraisal is also one of the main part of the human resource management practice in the organization. And performance appraisal can be defined by the procedure, and it also involves of setting work standard as a guide. Also assessing employee actual performance relative to those standards, whether they can achieve or not. And third, also provide the feedback to employee. We can have feedback to employee in order for them to take the correct action. This one is the retention. There are 6 factors of the organization that they focus in order to retain. The first one, satisfaction on day-to-day activity. Make sure that they are enjoy with the working environment of the company, and fairness at work. Yeah, care and concern about the employee of the company. Also trust in the company, also trust in the employee as well. Yeah, and talking about another one is work and job resources that the company. Recruitment and selection. Human resource management also connecting with managing the people. So this also is in the organization are employees. They play crucial role in operating and controlling activity. They are the destiny of the organization. Yeah, because if we look at the organization just only the part or the ship, but people in the organization will generate the result or. So here selection, I also would like to show you the framework of the collection of the selection here. Yeah, the first we by applicant. Later on, we evaluate the qualification of each applicant that they apply for the job at the company. And third one, make decision about employee candidate is capable to be offered the job. Compensation and benefit. Compensation benefit of employee is also one of the most of the strategic human resource management that include under satisfaction and satisfaction of employee, which link to the performance and productivity of the employee, and also involved in the cost expense of the organization. The compensation benefit also divided 4 functional. So the first one, we review or design the compensation strategy when we get the feedback from the market or the feedback from the staff inside the organization. And so this interest the employee. Third, also recognize the high performance staff and also retain the potential employee because they are the asset of employee. One is come up with the benefit policy, engagements of the employee, which is the tool to retain the employee of the organization. So this one is the compensation and benefit framework. So compensation strategy, we can say competitive pay, and also the contribution that the employee can, and then organization also recognize the best employee, and then also reward the best employee as well. When we look at this framework of training and development process, we can see that the organizational objective here, in order to come up with the right training course, they need to have to do the need assessment in order to find out where is the gap. Yeah. In order to fulfill the gap, the training objective here to build the capacities of the staff at the organization or at the bank. Yeah. The training already, and also need to check where it is there any further gap. Yeah. That later on they also select the training method and like the training method. How do we deliver on what based on the assessment? We actually know the capacity of the participant and we come up with the real method, whether this one we need to use a workshop or also come up with the administration for the training. After that, we also need to evaluate the training, yeah, to find out what we do well, what we do not do well. So for the next, and use them to improve the training cost or the training delivery. Performance management. Performance management here, one of the 5. This one used to appraise, they used to appraise the employee who work for the company in order to find out what is the gap, and then also find out what they should improve. Then we use this to motivate the staff, also to give the feedback, yeah, and also to provide more training in order to build their capacity. Yeah. So based on the player balance, Murphy and the propagation of the performance appraisal system is motivated by the broad range of concern, including promotion, termination, salary, and development of the adequate competence and expertise. The practical models of employee evaluation of Wicked 2014 revealed that employee performance and compensation policy is based on the following 5. The first question: how the performance is evaluated? Yeah, the standard one. Yes, the standard one. And how is the overall performance measured? So how is the distribution of the performance? How should a rater work overall performance result? And how is performance evaluation connected with the satisfactory policy? So this also important part of human resource management. If we can use this one to evaluate the employee fairly, then they feel motivated and they will generate more results to the companies. reflect and consist of this criteria: individual performance, competency, attitude, behavior, experience in position, and also overall working experience as well. So this one just only the overall performance evaluation, just only the supporting job document or example. We have the overall performance evaluation. We criteria here, and also have the performance criteria management here as well. And this one measuring experience, yeah, just the sample. And this one overall performance evaluation, also sample here, that the material that they use to do in the evaluation and performance evaluation of it at the end of the year. And this one is also the example of the connections of performance evaluation and compensation level. Here is the employee salary below L1, low by 5%, need to improve their performance when they are able to willing, and be downgrade when they are not able and willing to leave the company if no chance and willingness for the improvement. That's why performance evaluation benefit is also important for those who are working well and they have good performance. So they will get more benefit, more payment, and they are those who are not working well and they don't have a great attitude, so that they can force themselves to leave company, or they can have the termination from the company. Retention. Employee retention is also the efforts by the organization to maintain the working environment and to make the business profitable with the support and run with the support of the good staff in maintaining the employee. That's why many companies focus on how to retain the basic. So I would like to show you the conceptual frameworks of the retention. So the first one here, we actually need to come up with the good training and also need to have the policy of motivation and practice of the staff motivation, and also set up the positive culture of the company so that the staff will enjoy with the when they have job dissatisfaction, they also lead to have the employee retention. Here is also another frameworks from room expectancy model. Yeah, in 2000, here motivation leads to have a good environment, also lead to have the ability of the staff. And when the staff have good environment, when the staff have the flexibility, and then they also lead to have the afford, yeah, afford. And all of them also lead to have employee retention. So this one is the human resource management and also the model of conceptual framework in terms of employee retention as well. And as you can in terms of hiring in terms of hiring practice, yeah, good hiring practice, compensation and benefit, job security, participative in management, good tool of this, and also lead the employee to be positive And this one talking about the retention strategy, we actually have improving the hiring career development, and also come up with the development opportunity for the staff, and also make the staff to have positive attitude culture toward the company, and also have the success learning here. So implication of the team management, yeah, also did the benefit. So all this lead to employee retention. So this one just only the model or human resource system, yeah, by showing Bakers in 1997 model of HR system. And this one is the conceptual framework of GUESS 1997 model on HR strategy. Yeah. And this is the people performance framework model. Yeah, we actually have the resource practice, use the recruitment method, select criteria, merit in selection, and also performance management link to organizational objective employee ownership, and also have the training practice, including conducting the training need assessment to find out the gap and conduct the training later on, and also linking training life balance of the employee. So those will lead to performance of the financial, cooperative, and non-profit and turnover. So this one is the people performance frameworks by Russell 2003. Here, conceptual framework and hypothesis development. This is one. Hypothesis one. Hypothesis one. HR practice have positive impact on employee job satisfaction. Hypothesis two. Positive impacts on retention of the employee. And hypothesis three. HRM practice have positive impacts on organizational performance. And hypothesis employee job satisfaction have a positive impact on retention of employee. Hypothesis 5, employee job satisfaction have a positive impact on organizational performance. And the last hypothesis 6, retention on the organizational performance. This one is just the conceptual framework for this study. Yeah, we can see the practice of the human resource management, including recruitment, selection, training development, compensation and benefit, and performance and appraisal of employee here, linked to all the mentioned about hypothesis, and linked to have the employee job satisfaction. And then we also have the organizational performance, and then also have retention of employee. So these link together to have the retention of employee. Chapter 3, it is important part of the this chapter presents the methodology to use in order to use in the study, and the chapter also include the explanation of the type of analysis, data, sample size, sampling, uh, statistical tool, data gathering procedures, and coverage, and scope and limitation of the study. So the type of analysis, the study use descriptive and quantitative approach to answer the research question to meet objective of the study. And descriptive approach, the study also rely on literature on the human resource management practice, including and employee retention, which is the main 5 element in human resource management practice mentioned here in the bank sector. And quantitative approach, table, graph, and statistical method has been used to analyze of the data. Both primary and secondary data were collected to support the study. Secondary data were collected from the internal and external sources. Yeah, and the internal sources of the collected data are in-house application, database, and website, existing policy and personal profile of the Royal Bank in Cambodia, and also come up with some journal or annual report of the Royal Bank. Here's for a sampling and design procedure. These are 5 locations that we collect the sample. One is head office in Phnom Penh. Second, branch in Siem Reap. Third, branch in Battambang. 4, Setoville branch. Third one, Kampong Cham branch. So it is found in see this table. We selected respondent of the Royal Bank. So in 2017, total staff of NZ Bank 400. Yeah, and then we sample here. Yeah, from head office 180, bottom box 400 employee.
400 employees.
Yeah, 400 employee, and we select at the head office 180, but 200. So the sample has been selected randomly, and we survey the questionnaire. Yeah, we have the questionnaire. We have the questionnaire. We also send the questionnaire to the branches and location in Phnom Penh, and then we also collect it. Primary survey would get data 200 correspondents from the Royal Bank, and as this research study is also quantitative, then in the nature, SPSS 25 was used to analyze the collect data, and the data was also analyzed by SPS 25, consisting of frequency analysis, descriptive statistic analysis, exploratory factor analysis, and reliability test, and correlation metric and regression analysis to test the research hypothesis development as proposed of the study. The frequency of distribution. For size also The data also include the gender, age, occupation, education, and income that we study. So all of them is also shown in the pie chart, bar chart, histogram, and graph tabulation. Concluding remark. The present study also use both primary data and secondary data. However, we use most of the primary data, a little bit of the secondary data. So sample size was calculated by using Yemen's 1973 formula with the level of the confidence 95% and the margin of error 5%. Yeah. The stratified sampling method was in the study for selecting and the response done in 5 locations of the study by using sample random sampling. We can say that the lottery method for the selection 200 correspondent sample size in each 5 locations, as I mentioned earlier. Quantitative and qualitative analysis was used for data analysis, frequent distribution, regression analysis, and so the study used both MSSL and SPSS25 to process the data collected, and also the results were presented through the table, graph, chart, and others. So chapter 4, human resource management in Cambodian context. Here I just give you a little bit the information about the Cambodian profile. You can see that it is situated in Southeast Asia, bordering country. We have Thailand, Vietnam, Laos. The area of the country is 180 16 million when I did the research. Yeah, and the country, we know that we have one Angkor Wat temple, one of the 7 wonders in the world. So I think this one just information only, so I skip to add. Yeah. So this one is a recruitment and selection framework. Yeah. You can see here just only raising, hiring, and then recruitment channel, selection process, make the offer and salary and benefit administration framework, and lead to determining the pay rate of employee, determining the salary and increment, determine the benefit. So all of this is the framework of the recruitment. And this one is the performance management as well. Yeah, you can see developing the performance appraisal form and determine the performance cycle, define the responsibility and development of the action plan. After appraisal, we have appraisal, appraisal and objective setting, and then feedback coaching to change their behavior to improve the performance. To sum up, human resource management practice in Cambodia are very critical organization. Yeah, in order to enable employees to perform efficiently and effectively, and in turn divide the organization to be competitive. Yeah, competitive. And the policies of human resource in public administration of Cambodia Yeah, was developed at the 7th ASEAN Conference Civil Service method 26-27 September 2013 to coordinate the support and institution to achieve the following objective in the future. So based on this message, we can see that the Cambodian government also focus on human resource, so that they believe that when we have a lot of human resource, we have the human capital, then easy to develop the country in the private sector as well as private sector as well as the public sector as well. So in order to achieve the objective, the government of Cambodia also focus on the 5 strategy listed below: improve work performance system, civil servant management within ministry and institution, strengthen the effectiveness, strengthen the efficiency of the human resource management implementation process, implement performance management system, and also need to have a variety of existing work ability. New one, the number 5, training and enhance the quality of the training. So this is the structures of the banking system in Cambodia. Yeah, the revolution of the banking system in Cambodia. And Royal Bank start offering the banking product and service in 2005, and the Royal Bank was also the joint venture between Australian and New Zealand Banking Group Limited, yeah, with the Royal Group, yeah. So this one is the structure of the Royal Bank. We have 2 lines, one is business line, this one with enablement line, which is support side. The practice at the Royal Bank in 5 main functions. Here, recruitment and selection of potential employee, the focus, and compensation policy on the employee satisfaction and performance, training and development program, improvement in the competency and capacities of the employee, the performance appraisal system, and its employee performance of employee who are high motivated, committed, and talent, and high performance oriented, that they focus to retain all those employees. Now we arrive chapter 5. Chapter 5, data analysis and discussion of the finding. So this chapter present and analyze data in this research, also discuss about the finding of the study. So here is the result. Demography. This one, the data of the correspondent, 200 correspondent. We here female, female, and then the female here and this male here. So age from 18 to 25, 22% for male, and 26 to 30, 35%, and 31 to 40, 40%. Whereas the female, 18 to 25, 36%, 26 to 30, 36%, and 31 to 40, 25.5%. That is the age of the correspondent. Demography of the correspondent. So in figure 5.1, present the frequency of distribution for the finding of correspondents who are participated in the survey. We can see that among 200 correspondents, total 70 correspondents are present, 34% were male, and 130%, 130 employees, 70% were female. So the female age between 18 to 25, yeah, I also mentioned already. This one also mentioned already. Talk about the frequency, the position of officer, team leader, and manager. Figure 5 point present the result of job position among 200. 9.8% were the frontline officer, and 43 participants, 21.6% were the team leader, and 37 participants, equal to 18.5% were the manager of the organization. So research finding indicate that most of them, 60% of the participants were the frontline officer. So this is the result of the job contract and recruitment selection based on year. Also indicate that the level of job contract related to the recruitment and selection has low level perception among the employee who have the less work tenure, less contract, and the high level of perception of recruitment selection among employees who work for more than 4 and 5 years. And this one is the result of the contract and compensation benefit. Here is less than 1 year, 2 or 3 years, 4 to 5 years, and more than 5 years. So this figure also shows that the level of job contract and low perception of employee who work for less than 1 year with the compensation and benefit. And the employee who work for 2 to 3 years also have the high level compensation, high level of compensation benefit respectively. This one is the result of the result for employee. Yeah, the same tenure of work. You can see this figure 5.5 identify that the level of job contract of employee who work more than 2 years of employee performance and appraisal system. This one result of the job contract and employee satisfaction. Figure 5.6 affirm that the level of job contract of employee who work for the company for 2 or 3 years have high level of perception of employee satisfaction. The result of job contract and organizational performance, the same work tenures. High level of perception of the organizational performance. The result of the position level and recruitment and selection. Yeah, Here we based on the position, officer, team leader, and manager. Then the figure also illustrated that the position related to the recruitment selection have the level of position and high level perception of recruitment and selection among the employees who work as a team leaders and manager. Talking about the results of the position level and compensation and benefit, this graph show that the figure 5.9 show that the level of position and low perception of employee who have worked for team leaders and manager with compensation and benefit. Employee who work as a team leader and manager also have the high compensation and benefit respectively. This one is the results of the position level and training and development. And you can see this figure also show that position of employee who work as a team leader and manager also have the high level perceptions of the training and development. And this chart show the result of position level and based on the position. So the figure 5.1 illustrated that the position of employee who work as a team leader and manager had the high level perception of performance appraisal system for employee. So this one is the results of position level and retention employee. Then the position of employee who work as an officer and team leader have higher level perception of employee job satisfaction. This research finding indicate that manager have low level perception of the employee satisfaction. So this figure, the result of position level and employee job satisfaction. And this figure 5.3 also indicate that employee work as an officer and team leader have the high level perception of performance. So this research find the research finding also indicate that manager have low level perception of. So this figure 5.14, the result of position level organizational performance. In summary, figure 5. In summary, figure to 5.13 illustrate that employee who work as officer get low level perception of human resource practice, job satisfaction, retention of employee, organizational performance by comparing to their position level. So this is the results of the job satisfaction question 1. Yeah, question 1 here, I am very satisfied with the training and development opportunity and provided by the firm. The figure among 200 employees represent 55% rate agree to the item that I am satisfied with the training and development opportunity provided by the firm. Yeah, and total 7.5 disagree with the above statement. Yeah, so in short, we can conclude that 50% of employees rate agree to strongly agree. Therefore, the training and development has worked efficiently for employees to advocate the skill, ability, performance, capacity in their job, effectively in the Royal Bank. So, in this one is the results of level job satisfaction based on question number 2. Yeah. Certified with the firm people programs such as annual staff gathering, team building activity, staff buster, program, the activity that the bank had done to build the engagement. So you can see that in this figure also illustrate that 63.5% already agree to them that I am certified with the firm people program such as annual staff gathering, team building activity, task birthday announcement, valuable employees of the month, and bulletin newsletter in the monthly bulletin. Or they also recognize the staff or staff activity or charity activity in the newsletter of the company. Yeah. Total 4.5% of employees stated that strongly disagree with the above statement. To sum up, 60% of employees already agree to strongly agree. Therefore, the annual program has effectively motivated employees to perform the job better. Question here, I am very satisfied with the end. The bank. Yeah. This one also related to the result of the level of job job satisfaction as well. So we can see that this figure at 61.5% already agree to them that my line manager trusts each staff and treat every staff equally, fairly, respectfully, which is the main point to motivate the staff to stay with company as well. The salary and 6% when disagree. Yeah. So to sum up, 60% of employees already agree to strongly agree. Therefore, manager who trust and treat employee equally has worked effectively to motivate employee to perform the work better and more effectively in the organization. So for this question, my line manager trust each staff and treat staff equally, fairly. My line manager show interest in my welfare, workload, career development, and provide me clear instruction of the personal goal setting performance, which is concerning about the well-being of the staff at the company.
You should a little bit speed up. Okay, maybe another 20 minutes.
Yeah. I will speed up. Yeah. Okay, here we can see that 63% agree. Then to sum up, we can see 60% employee rate agree to strongly agree. Thus, welfare and workload career development has motivated employees to perform the job effectively. And for this, my manager helped me improve myself, and I am satisfied with I am certified with his supervisory and leadership, and agree to strongly agree. Then we can conclude that the supervisory and leadership have worked effectively to motivate and lead employee to perform their job effectively in the organization. So this question, the firm provide staff with a good retention program such as retention bonus, talent development and promotion and others. And we can see the result here. 65% of employee rate agree to strongly agree. That's why we can conclude that retention program, talent development, promotion is playing an important role to motivate employees to perform a better job in the organization. So in this slide, the employee rate agree to strongly agree. Then the development of capacity and career have worked effectively to motivate and lead the employee perform the job better in the organization. So in this question, and we can conclude that employee assistance program, employee advocacy, employee counseling program so effectively motivate employee to perform a better job in the organization. So for this question, yeah, we can see that finding table 5.24, the study also assumed that relationship among the HR practice, employee satisfaction, retention of employee, but to the employee, they rate good as a good one. Which one?
Human resource management practices and the employee relation or retention.
Sorry, relation. Yeah, relation. Human resource management practice and employee relation.
Is it the original? Is what? Yeah, otherwise it's going to be confusing because confusing.
But inside you write retention. Sometimes retention.
So you have to check carefully.
Yeah, we check.
Everything is on retention.
Yeah. Thank you.
So technologies.
Yeah. I will check what should be retention. Retention. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you to retention. So you can see that 71% rate good and 13% rate very good. Then in this one, we can conclude that the response to the human resource management practice and employee retention in the Royal Bank. Research also finding that also indicate that in the Royal Bank build a good relationship with all levels of employees who participate in the survey. In practice, the human resource practice also increase employee relationship and motivating employee to contribute the effort to achieve the high outcome for organization. So this come up to the this study come up with the conclusion that this is the main finding of the study. The study also investigate the roles of the 5 human resources, as mentioned earlier: recruitment, selection, training, development, compensation, benefit, and performance appraisal, employee and determine how they contribute to retention in the Royal Bank. And the study, we can see the quantitative survey research has employed. Okay, the research also found 5 HR practice correlation positively with the retention of employee job satisfaction, and organizational correlated with the retention of employee and organizational performance. Three independent variable human resource practice, HRM, employee satisfaction and retention of employee, make significant individual contribution to the predictions of the organizational performance. The study also contribute the HR practice literature in the various way. First, integrate HR practice, employee job satisfaction, retention, employee, and organizational performance in the context of less developing country. Yeah, and the study also examined the relationship between HR practice, employee retention, employee job satisfaction in achieving sustainable of the organization with the banking sector industry. In conclusion, yeah, the study also contributes to the literature of human resource practice, employee satisfaction, and retention of employee, and organizational performance of entrepreneurial. There is a rapid growth the bank sector in Cambodia. Therefore, this is an urge to recruit efficient and experienced human resource to try competitive of the bank. And the study can also contribute to the development of the Royal Bank sector, which may lead to maintaining the sector effectively and positively impact economic of Cambodia society. They also highlight the nature and importance of human resource practice for the benefits of the bank sector. So the result of the study between among the human resource management and retention of employee job satisfaction and organizational performance and in the Royal Bank. Among the elements of the performance appraisal, we can see that the lack of rewarding and appraisal individual for their excellent work is the main factor. The main factor to affect the employee performance. And also need to have the reward policy to make sure that employee reward match with employee effort and performance. Otherwise, a good performer will be dissatisfied, yeah, and they will decide to leave company. And also need to know that other capacity, other competency of the staff also affect the employee performance in the bank sector as well. So because of the time, I jump up.
Why don't you just go to your recommendation?
Yeah.
Just summarize it.
Yeah. Okay, now I go to the recommendation. Here is the recommendation. However, we have many points, so I management should formulate and implement an active reward policy linked to the overall strategy. Yeah, then we actually need to have a good reward strategy and also training development and also yeah to focus on the to focus especially after the training post training evaluation. Another factor is the need of effective people performance appraisal system. Yeah, and the study also recommend that in the Royal Bank build a new policy to improve employee job satisfaction, retention of employee, middle, and for the middle and senior management seem to lack of retention program, whereas most of retention program have done for the junior level of the employee. So the study also had implication for banking service sector that wish to build sustainable competitiveness throughout the well-being oriented human resource management practice. So this would aim to enhance level of retention, employee and employee job satisfaction, and subsequent organizational performance. The study also recommend that in the Royal Bank, senior manager must look closely at the factor that employees need and want to improve the workplace management practice to motivate employees to contribute their effort to achieving the high level of organizational goal performance. So the study by we got already this sorry. So in conclusion remark, the research finding of this study where the existing research gave by adding value to the literature on human resource practice in the bank sector, especially in Cambodia. And the current study also add the practical value by confirming that human resource practice emphasize the retaining organizational performance through the key variable and employee satisfaction and retention of employee in the bank. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much. Dr. Kennedy here come to the lab. Ask maybe
Dr. Ramla.
Yes. Please take note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
wait for a moment. Wait for a moment.
Thank you, doctor. You hear me?
Just to.
Do you hear me, Dr. Vera and Kanaki and the what? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you that you letting me go first again, and this is all I would like to express my grateful sign to Dr. Reddy Committee Chair and Dr. Kanaki, Dr. Vera, and Dr. Reddy Committee and PhD candidate as well as audience. Okay, based on the study, it looks very good, and I could learn a lot from this research finding. But anyway, I would like to suggest any recommendation or improvement as I go through with the whole test. Okay, first now, just a moment. First, now let me talk about the research topic. In your research topic is good, but it is possible if we can review or justify a little bit. Because for my opinion, I don't want to use the examine here. The examine should highlight your research objectives. So your research topic, it should highlight the impact of human resource management practice on the organizational performance. The case study of ANZ Royal Cambodian. Here, do you hear me? Okay.
Cannot hear. Cannot hear.
Do you hear me?
Echoing sound.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, this topic is should revise a little bit. So I suggest for the topic like the impact of the human resource management practice on organizational performance, case study of ANZ Royal Cambodian. And the exam, we can take it in the research objectives. Okay, the second regarding to abstract. And abstract here a lot is we count we count page, one page, not both page. When we print as a formal, it will be one page. So here your abstract here 26 page. So it's so long. We compare to the research as a whole. So your research, your abstract here, it should deploy and use the informational abstract. Because the informational abstract, it mentioned about research topic introduce, research objectives, scope, method, key finding. Key finding here we refer to both positive finding and negative finding, and recommendation and conclusion. So I suggest you to improve this one, and the page it should be less than 2% of the total page. And also the abstract here, I see you maybe you confuse or not. You use H or HR for your research hypothesis. So I see some place you use HO, some place you use HR. And please review it back. And I don't see any recommendation for the abstract or any further research study, suggestion for any further study. I don't see also. Please revise also. And the third and chapter one. Okay, I see your research objectives. All your research, it refer to evaluation. But the most important research objective here, it should address is to examine. Yes, your topic focus on examine. You can put one more research objective to examine or review the policy guideline of recruitment and selection, training development, performance appraisal, compensation and benefit, and employee retention. This is very important because if you not address this key research objectives, it means not reflect to your research topic. And the other, I agree, yes, I agree. But anyway, the word you use all the assess, it should change to the other word because we don't want to see the repeat, like assess. You can use the other word. because it is good. You can use other word, not assess to repeat again. Yeah. And the same, but number 1, 2. But anyway, I suggest you to follow the thesis. The thesis guideline is good because you don't follow. So sometimes like chapter 2 or chapter 3, you don't follow the thesis guideline. So sometimes it is equal to see like hypothesis here in the text 1.2. By your research hypothesis here, you use HO. But as you know, the HO, the statement of HO must be negative point, negative statement. So your research, your hypothesis here, you mention about the positive statement. But the HO statement is a negative statement. So please change to it's just like very simple, like HO1, HR practice have no positive impact on employee job satisfaction like that, because the HO refer to the negative statement. And 1.5 and 1.5, I just highlight 1.5 because you here I want you to what specific conceptual or empirical literature to be studied, because you mentioned not clearly what is the specific conceptual or empirical literature to be studied, like recruitment, selection, training, development, performance appraisal, compensation, benefit, and employee retention. Here it should be addressed and highlighted. And the next, the place of ANZ Royal Bank should be specified also, where and which commune and district and something like that, because we want to see the clear address of ANZ Royal Bank. And also the purposive symboling here, no need to put like number 3 here. The purposive or symboling method here, no need to put. It can move it to the chapter 3, because it's not mentioned here. It's move it to chapter 3. And also you can put duration of the study also, because your research not mentioned about the period of your study. I mean, how many years do you conduct your research study? And okay, now we go to chapter 2. And chapter 2 is look good, but I would like you to mention your text in order like from the recruitment selection until the employee retention, because like first you mention recruitment selection and then compensation, so it's not in order, because compensation it should be near it in, so it should be order. And one thing within the chapter 2 regarding to reference or website, within the text some place you put a reference, full reference or website within the text. So the full reference or website are not allowed to put in the text, because based on our thesis guideline, it used the APA style, American Psychology Association, so it should follow. You can put text referencing, but text referencing or in text is good. And the full, you can put it at the end of the research, and at the part bibliography. And chapter 3, you not follow the PhD guidelines, so you put like 3.1, you put a research philosophy. Research philosophy, but it should follow the guideline. And 3.5, 3.5, I see you use two sampling method. One stratify random sampling method and simple lottery method. And how you select your sample size, because the stratified random sampling method, it need to divide population into group, but based on your table, maybe we cannot select. And you use two, which one, which number of which number of simple size respondent that selected use stratified random sampling, and number of simple size respondent use or selected by simple lottery method. So this one, please clarify. But my suggestion here, you should use stratify, or you should use systematic random sampling method, because you have the complete list of your employee at the headquarters or friend, but the ball and Siem Reap, so it's easy for you. If you change from stratify or simple method to systematic random sampling method, because you have complete list of respondents. And number 6, chapter 4. Chapter 4, and I see like 4.1 and 4.5, because your data information regarded to the information of Cambodian as a whole, not related to your research, because our research focus on HRM practice. Because from 4.1 to 4.5 is very general, not much related to HR practice. So please review. Here it should highlight or mention about policy, policy and guideline of recruitment selection, training development, performance appraisal, and compensation and benefit, and employee retention of ANZ Royal Bank is better, because it reflect in benchmark to your empirical review or conceptual literature review. Okay, and the last regarding to the last point, chapter 6, and please you highlight clearly what key finding. Key finding is the last chapter. Key finding here, it based on your research objectives. On your research objectives. And key finding, it mentioned two parts also. One part is a positive point, and another part negative point. And then your conclusion, and then come up with recommendation based on your negative point. Okay, thank you for all. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to give some answer or just only because he will send the comments in writing that will compile and then send you.
Yeah.
but maybe not this month. I think sometime next month we'll get one official letter from BB.
Yeah, yeah.
But first we'll collect the comments from all the members, then compile and send to you.
Okay, I will respond later.
But you want to respond to Dr. Romra?
So I cannot get the question well because of the online. So excuse me, doctor, can you give the question again, please?
You cannot catch up my what I mentioned.
Because of the internet here is not so good and sometimes missing information. Sometimes we hear. Yeah, that's why I cannot catch. Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's okay. Just he will send what he has asked. He will send all the comments to us.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
will
We'll flip and send you again.
explanation, but later on, yeah, it's save time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Doctor, he can also watch the recording because the session is being recorded.
No.
Okay, Dr. Kimsron, I think you are here, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Good
okay,
afternoon, Doctor,
okay.
Professor,
Yeah,
Doctor.
yeah,
Can you hear me? I think my
yeah, I can
internet is
hear
so
you. I can
slow
hear you. You can
today.
start.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes. 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 We hear you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to say thank you for the committee chairman and the member in this program. Yes, and I also would like to appreciate for the PhD candidate. Yes, Mr. Yun Pon. Okay, Yun Pon. Congratulations that you have reached to the pre-defense today. This topic is really interesting because we mentioned about the human resource in Cambodia. And as we learn, we know human resource in Cambodia that good practice only in the banking sector or industry. For other industry have not yet implement is not yet best for implementation, I think. But I have two questions and three comments for this for the time. Do you hear me well? It looks so slow.
Yes,
for
hear very well, doctor, very well.
Okay,
Yeah. I
good.
hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Pon, right? Your name is Mr. Yun Pon? Yun Pon?
Yeah. 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 Yun Pon. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if I pronounce call your name wrong. Okay, two questions for you. Do you know ANZ Royal Bank have own HR policy?
Yes. Yes. It has
Human
own
resource
HR policy.
It
Yeah. They
has,
have.
right? And have you read?
Right.
Have you seen and read the policy of this bank?
I used to read it. Yeah. But could not remember all. Yeah. I used to read it because I used to work for ANZ for 9 years. Yeah. So that
Okay.
I got access to the policy.
Yes, never mind, never mind. But yes, I just remind about this. As Dr. Romra mentioned, also we should read the human resource policy of this bank, ANZ, Royal ANZ
Yeah.
Bank, because we research about the human resource policy. We want to compare the policy and practice. Yes,
Yeah.
about this bank. So if you have read, it's good, and if have not yet, should read again for these policies.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. I remember I got it at home. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And I just want to know about your research and compare to the research finding and compare to the policy of the ANZ Royal Bank. But I know I have read some policy in the banking industry is good and better than other industry. But for the practice, we are not sure. We are not sure yet. So your finding is good for revealing the manager or the owner of the bank industry, as well as the other industry also learn about this research. And I just have some suggestion, 3 comment or suggestion about this thesis. One is I would like you to extract about human resource policy of this bank to add in the literature review or in the background of the study as you can, especially in the some article that related to the research objectives. As I think this is Dr. Romra also mentioned about this, and I agree about this. So we should improve that, extract some point that related to the topic research topic. Yeah. And 2, research finding. Research finding. I to my idea, it have not yet show clearly about the human resource practice that we can define how much were the recruitment, the selection, compensation, or training, development, etc. that you presented to reveal the strengths or weakness of the bank practice. But you have also mentioned already, but I would like you to improve and to identify more clearer about this, because we want to know to evaluate the research finding from the respondent. We want to know how much clearly or better than this that we can define it is strength practice, it, it is strong practice, or some weak points or weakness that we could recommend to the right point that we want to know or from the research finding. Yeah, the importance of the research. And yeah, I do you catch up my mention, my idea? Okay. I yeah, maybe internet so slow I cannot hear your voice. Okay, the third one, the last one I would like to suggest is the thesis format and template should be checked up again to make sure that it has followed the guideline, yeah, the guideline of the thesis. Because I see for example, the margin, font, title, and subtitle. I found that they were written in some part were italic that have that the guideline, our guideline have not mentioned about italic, but you have wrote the italic subtitle or title or something like this. So if you can check it again, it should be to be improved or corrected for to follow the guideline, the thesis guideline of our university. Okay, I think your research is good. You should we just give you some comment that should be improved, that can improve your writing. Yeah, I hope you got my idea. Yes, and I think for me it's all. So I please let the other committee join the idea or ask or comment. Thank you for your
Thank
presentation,
you.
and thank you to the
Thank you
chairman
for
of the
your
committee.
comment. Thank you. Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Kimsron. Dr. Kenneth, do you want to ask some questions?
I think your presentation. If you want, listening to your presentation, some parts are clear, some parts are not really clear. In fact, I've guided you and I told you to, in fact, improve, but I'm not sure whether you take heed of my advice. But nevertheless, now it is clear from the committee members that it has to be improved. Because when I look at your research again, I think you are still a bit confused. You are still not sure as concerning your research. Are you looking at the 5 practices, the 5 HR practices, so that it can impact, right, on employee retention, employee job motivation, employee job satisfaction. So that is not very clear yet, I think, in your mind. So you have to. Otherwise, if you look at it again, I feel that there is some confusion some way in that. You have to be very clear. I think Dr. Behar also mentioned, you mentioned about employee relations instead of employee retention. As a researcher, you have to be strong, you have to be clear what you wanted to really focus on. I think also another point that was mentioned, your sampling methods that you use. You mentioned using stratified sampling, and then somewhere you mentioned about lottery. I think using lottery, so this is not clear as a research. As a researcher, you have to be clear, and then the guidelines. BBU School of Doctorates, the School of Doctorate Studies already given the guidelines, I'm sure, on this. Please follow accordingly. Must be followed accordingly, as what our Dr. Kim Soon and I think also Dr. Ramla have mentioned. It has to be followed accordingly, so that because this is a standard, right? Has to be followed for all candidates. Maybe I have. I agree also with, in fact, in my suggestions, recommendations to you regarding your abstract. I think Romra mentioned there are too many details and it's a repetition. repeat and repeat. You have to really focus on the key findings and put it in your abstract. So please look at it, and the whole structuring, coherence of the entire thesis are also lacking. Sometimes you use different fonts. I told you before many times, the fonts that you use must be consistent throughout. Consistency is the rule of the, right? It's the rule of the time, right? On research writing, you have to follow accordingly. Or maybe you do not want to believe me, but now with the committee members, maybe it will help to convince you. So I think apart from that, I leave it to Dr. Behara. I'm sure he has got a lot of questions to ask and also help you to. That is our, our purpose. Yeah. Right. Thank you, Mr. Yumpa. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kenneth, for your comment.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Kenneth.
For me, I think I'm also from the beginning I am confused.
Yes.
Right. Because your topic is examining the impact of the individual's development practices up to this point on the organizational performance. Now, my question is how do you measure the performance of an organization?
So,
No, the topic is impact on the organizational performance.
yeah.
In
That,
your how can you measure
Measure
the
the organizational performance
by using this
what kind of indicator because organizational performance is so many things.
because you are working in a bank. If I ask you what is the performance of your bank, then what indicators you find to explain the performance of the bank?
so we actually check the performance of the bank from 2013 to 2017. And then we could see that the performance of the bank is almost acceptable.
You see, but in your thesis, how
Have you measured the organizational performance?
It seems to be very vague and very.
You see when you see your profit data, the sales turnover data, related to other data. These are the indicators, performance indicators.
So what we check the performance because we look at the financial statement of the annual report from 2013 to 2017. And we also look at the survey, the maintain management, they actually do employee survey.
Employee
you can say that performance good or not?
Mostly good.
No. Mostly good means what?
For example,
You
you and me,
we
we
are
are working
working
in
the
the same
same
branch.
Yeah.
You
These
said
are
very
very
good, I said
good.
good.
That means the same branch performance, different specifics will give different performance measurements. You are also working in the same branch, both of us. You said very good performance. I said good. On what basis? Very simple. You and me, we are working because I am very simple in the same branch. I will ask you how much performance you have done. I say, just fair. This way you have measured the performance in your research. Well, you have so many models. Factor analysis, reliability test, logistic regression, multiple regression, correlation matrix, ANOVA. Again, all of these models you should mention very clearly in statistical tools. You have not mentioned, just write very general. You say what is independent variable, what are the different independent variables or dependent variables, or statistics. One model is to maximize the reality with the name of the. For example, logistics. Logistics regression for what purpose? To know what and what is the what is the dependent variable, what are the independent variables. Similar all multiple regression to meet what objective, to test what accuracy and what is the model. If you write in general, for your for what? Because all these models have new and you did not get anything because your presentation does not find anything. Just to show your some frequency test. These are the important things, but you just keep all this. You have Innova, you have Ignition, and so on. I have gone through all this. But you find your data, you don't find. But my point is, all these models, for example, and what is the model? Innova, to know to find out the differences among many subsidiaries which you are taking into account. And after that, otherwise, you have inside so many models, but what is for what purpose? Because you look to your objective, look to your analysis, accordingly decide model. Sometimes not from models, not well. So, models, no problem. Easy, but in the statistical fields, in order to show, in order to measure, for that evaluate what is the relation of the and the model is not that that I can model. Then what is the dependency? What is independent? How do you measure different things? Because mostly I think you have taken the five steps. What I understand. Highest one is 5, lowest one is 1. But you have not mentioned very clear. But one thing the problem is about the automation. You talk about financial statement and all these things. But here you are not discussing about financial statement. You are talking about organ impact of the HR management practice. Training and whatever practices. And they are the impact of organizational performance. For organizational performance, what indicators you are facing?
We also improve the satisfaction of the staff.
Satisfaction you say outside good. This is the measurement of organizational performance. That means the employee working in the same organization quality for the organizational performance. On what basis? But the profit, net profit, or return on investment, and the performance is the same. Over the enterprise, you have the same.
Then we check the majority of the.
No, majority of the not the majority. Because you said negative or positive, come to the logic. Argument in terms of what? Then you say organizational performance in terms of what? You will take some, let us say, net profit. The net profit is then the view will be the same. This is the performance. According to the investment, how can you make this regression analysis or other things? Many models. Therefore, if you have logic, you should write what is independent variable, what are the dependent variables, dependent variables, and how do you measure?
Independent, what are the independent variables? How do you measure different independent variables? And for what purpose? In the beginning, you have to write. Otherwise, because now organizational performance, I think I don't know how to get it.
I think there should be, I think, actually, because I think it's not, we just spread over.
On maybe impact of human resource management practices on employee satisfaction or retention. Employee satisfaction or retention.
Yeah, mostly a job satisfaction. Satisfaction of employee. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The human resource, examining the impact of human resource practices on job satisfaction or job employee retention.
Yeah, I see. One point, your conceptual model. What is because it's chapter 2? Yeah.
After the discussion with you.
Yeah. Here, where it is conceptual, because your title maybe, if you write organizational performance,
Yes.
because I don't understand about this. I'm very interested. Performance in terms of what?
Yeah.
Very simple.
I told you before, I mentioned that next month for two, doctor.
Yeah.
What we do? Yes.
Maybe
That should be the
on employee job satisfaction. Like that.
Yeah. All employee job
But
satisfaction.
if you talk about organizational performance, then question come in terms of what? You understand? Because you are working in the bank. Performance, you talk about financial statement. But you have not included financial statement.
No, we don't do that. Yeah, because you know what I mentioned it here. Because the main point that we study based on the 5 elements of HR practice is based on the satisfaction of employee. However, we just check whether in the result, because of that they got better performance in terms of financial, not just only a bit to check whether it correlated or not. But the main part of just only employee satisfaction and the implementation of the 5 factors. Yeah. It's a practice.
That organizational performance, if you have an indicator to measure and you can justify, you keep, otherwise you delete. And accordingly you change, because I see your objectives and research questions. You don't write about organizational performance. You write about what is satisfaction, retention, all these things. These are the impact of HR practices. And here, relating to your hypothesis, maybe you can delete, like employee job satisfaction has a positive impact on organizational performance. This you have to delete. Others you can give another also. Retention of employees have a positive impact on organizational performance. These 2 hypotheses you can delete. Relating another, I think 3, 4, no, 3. Hypothesis 3, 5, 6. I think you should delete.
3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6. Retaining 1, H1, H2.
Yeah. No, models, I'm not questioning about your models, but the models are what? But you write then write that.
Yeah.
Because no have I told you, but you did not measure. I don't know whether you intentionally to avoid problem. Anyway, but this you see, you keep all the models. But if relevant relating to your objectives or hypothesis, you can. I think in fact maybe first you check. Maybe somebody whether you have done or somebody has helped you, I do not know. So then you should ask all these things. The man who is helping you or you are doing by yourself. And relating to your sampling, I think it is okay because yes, I think this is written about stratified random sampling, then from each data he has selected by using lottery method. I think that is correct. That is not a problem.
Sampling is okay.
Sampling okay, but I do not know Dr. Romra has told you something, but you should make maybe more clarity in the writing. So, but some places you have written sample size more than or equal to 200. Why more than or equal to 200? 200 is 200.
Yeah, we do 200.
But I say because during your presentation also you presented more than 200. Why more than 200? You have collected data maybe from the officers or managers, not from the staff. This 200, they are the managers, right? You write the managers, don't write 200, 200 respondents you write. But who are the respondents? Because I see in your sample officers, manager or something.
So totally the sample is only 200. Yeah, I will correct that one. I see that one.
Only 200.
Yeah, only 200. Total manager and officer.
Yeah. When I ask you all because in the end, we are going to big bank. You have total 400.
Employee have 100, but we take only 200.
Including officers and managers.
Yeah, including.
But not the staff. Not the staff. Not the lower level.
Does it include the lower level staff?
All of them. They include lower staff.
But in your table, what you have solved officers, then you can solve.
For the officer and leader is sampling. The sample that we get from 5
Total, how
places.
many employees including staff? Correct.
Total or we select?
Total, I
Total 400. In
including
2000.
the employees.
Yeah. In 2017, year 2017, 400 employee, including management.
Then out of 100, you have selected 200.
Yeah.
200 are sample size. And sample size, I have the data classification.
Page 158.
But here you are talking about each data, each location. Okay, this because you have not written right. Otherwise, I make you that why it is right or but I think this is correct. This is correct. I don't see I don't see any stuff. Only we have taken only officers because it is a random lottery. There should be some stuff.
Can I get your question again?
Total all in 5 locations, right?
Yeah.
Headquarters, re-entrance, but you have not one table. It is not here. That about
I think in the findings, doctor, let me check.
Findings of
Maybe 5.1, yes, demography of demography of respondent 218. 218, figure 500 present finding, yes, 200 respondent, a total of 1703.
among the 200 employees, you have 119 officers, 43 team leaders, manage of 37. But what about the staff? Lower level staff. Lower level. Get my point. You can see your thesis here. You can come here.
290.
290.
Figure 5.
Officer
Figure 5.2.
190. Team leader 43.
Yeah.
37 manager.
Manager.
But you are telling that all the 400 sample size also 400 includes staff.
No. This one not sample size. I mean that.
No, I'm talking about not population size, but this is also includes staff.
Also staff.
But here why no staff?
Officer.
Observance there staff.
Yeah. Staff.
Means all the employees working in your bed, they are officers.
Yeah. We here the staff as a officer.
Oh,
Yeah. Officer with staff.
observance staff.
Yeah.
That you are right. Otherwise, officer means normally involved in the front desk, there in the back side.
This one is lower staff.
Then I see okay. But again, you have taken which year done that?
Which
Say 16, 17.
that time 2017.
17. But somebody to manage some now how are you? Now
Present. Maybe.
When you 21 okay, 2017 data, now you are submitting the class. It does not do
So I did say minutes to
everyone understand that you are officer who normally is manager, they are senior officer, junior officer, they are staff. Some editorial mistakes are there also. And
I need to be deleted. That one, I think I will. Yeah.
and you check all the statistical tools are necessary or not. See your objective. See your hypothesis. Which are necessary. It is not necessary. No, if you feel these are necessary for you, because you have to revise your objective. Then after that you see all your tools. Revise and what you write, all these things you should write in statistical tools. For example, technical analysis. What is the technical analysis? The statistical model, then some variables, which one is what and how to result of it. This is I understand all these things. Reliability, because you have created some variables which are not logistics relation. This is related to kind of 2 year classification. But You write down what is the difference between what are the different variables, how do you measure the different variables, normally we go for multiplication, correlation of variables. These are all true, but you, after you revise the sentence, write the answer, speak the totally the to solve to explain test hypothesis what you are doing, you write very clearly. Standard deviation you have done is standard deviation. Standard deviation you have not standard deviation mean you have done the calculation, but you have not explained what you have not verified. It is here. You have done the calculation. My question is this is okay, but so to indicate standard deviation you have some standard deviation. Sometimes you have done the calculation you do not know. This is sometimes that will be because of multiple questions you don't understand. Standard this mean okay, but this standard it is you can calculate, but you have to explain what is the meaning of this 0.65. It indicates what. I know that this is less than 1 means the variation is less, but you have to write. Or at least a lot of standard deviation calculation for different variables. At least one sentence about this. Yeah, you have calculation for what? Whatever you do, I don't do, but do for what? Again, that's also a lot of things. Models are good. Total science, how they become hypothesis? Then you have done the then 545. Frequency, total frequency is 200. But because these are the responses, therefore where you have the total, it should be more than 500. Because one respondent has many responses. So this you should get 200, not 550. And accordingly this percentage. Because the technical problem is the lack of understanding. Because, for example, one respondent. For this question, yes. So, but respondent one. That way, one respondent is many types. This is one. Okay, sir. So the concept also understand also scientific.
Sometimes you can bar chart, line chart, histogram, bar chart. What in the whole thesis you have only bar chart and a line chart. What is it? Sometimes what you write, you are not consistent. Get that normal issue. When you write histogram, then I try to see how you histogram. You write line chart. Because it then go pie chart. Only line chart and bar chart are you. If line chart and bar chart, only write about two. Not even sometimes another student. Sometimes he has not done what he might do the prediction. Recommendations will be all the recommendations must be linked in your findings. Sometimes recommendations when I was trying to link the findings, very difficult to make. For example, let us say this recommendation. Then you repeat in the beginning, you write your finding. Yes, not wrong. But link to the finding. That finding is also one. Yeah, you know that we have to change the writing that. You can do that. If you want to this one but if you cannot balance and data, you cannot use it because you have to use data. So that way you cannot leave the regression because there is a secondary data and here you have to collect the data from the system. You cannot take. This one so we check later when we discuss you take the EYS class and you are working somewhere. I think somebody is helping you can discuss this one with.
So if you change,
You just only employee satisfaction medicals. Why I cannot examine aspect of the or employee satisfaction and study of this is what this company mistake. But this one is therefore 2017 has been taken into account. Yeah, research. Otherwise, 2017 data now something has
so the data we did the presentation 2017 data.
because bank already now Dr. Kenneth, this bank already closed.
Yeah.
Before I think 2017 or before.
Yes, that's right.
And now what is the reason?
So I did a research before.
You did, but where you submitted? You started
That was like many years ago.
because now one person
You will check, you will research, you check.
he just asked me because what we then we will just for it.
I told you, you have that, yeah, is it? Because I think previously you were under, right, the previous advisor, after that changed to me, and then continue.
If he will change to another bank, even your at present, what is the debt value?
This way.
Yeah. Now what is
Now, what is
the
the
now how
Now, how
many
many
more than 500?
Maybe more than 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because
shareholder, the share of the
the
share
share
of
of the
the
was sold to
share.
yeah,
That's
got
the
so that within they that
Only your primary data, nobody can challenge that.
So right now we have
But now it is even here and back
for us
I don't know whether we'll get through. Yeah, very well, you can, I think you can. Yeah, oh, yes, it's okay. Doctor is, doctor is.
Yeah. Right, but now we have
Who communicate in the meeting?
if you tell the present number of employees,
We can tell. Yes.
Just.
so we have to redo
Not redo. Same that 400 you make 500 then methodically decide the sample size. Only in the table.
ទស្សនីបងបង
Because
បងបងអាច offline បានដោយសារ
the HR part is
ពេលណាគាត់ comment ឬសភៅមួយគាត់ផ្ទាល់សិនទេអញ្ចឹងគាត់បញ្ចប់ហើយបង
អូខេយើងអាចសម្រាប់បានទេបាទ
លោកគ្រូបានលោកគ្រូលោកគ្រូរំរានលោកគ្រូកំសឿនអាចសម្រាប់បានចាំលោកគ្រូឲ្យ comment នៅក្នុងกระดาษផ្ញើមកឲ្យ Dr. Bera combine ឲ្យគាត់
បាទចាំខ្ញុំផ្ញើជាស្អស់ឲ្យបាទ
បាទលោកគ្រូអរគុណច្រើនលោកគ្រូអរគុណបងបងទាំងអស់គ្នាសុខសប្បាយបងអរគុណជំរាបលា
thinking that how can we help
Goodbye.
only so little bit maybe change the bank name because bank no this bank is no more everybody will see that I don't know so our bank already closed.